Hey guys, and welcome to one of the most ridiculous money-making guides I've ever made. And I should have hopped on this sooner and it would have been even more insane. But anyways, here we are, so when you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. So the requirements for this are, of course, level 68 archaeology, the Dagon by mystery must be complete, and if you're interested in a guide for this, just check out the link in the description below, and you need level 50 summoning to create these binding contracts for the Waterfiends, as we're going to be killing Waterfiends. Yes, you heard that right, we're making sick money killing Waterfiends. Now, it might be useful to have done the Barbarian Training mini quest so that you have access to the Ancient Caverns, or alternatively, you can do these in the Chaos Tunnels or anywhere else like your Player and Slayer dungeon, wherever it may be where you're killing Waterfiends, you must have access to whatever area that may be. Now, let's get into the actual video. Okay, you're going to be making binding contracts. These binding contracts require 2 Hellfire Metal and 2 Blood of Orcus. You can buy these supplies from the Grand Exchange. Now, if you make these binding contracts in Priv or at Tavily, you can make around 840 per hour without using a BOB familiar. If you end up using a pack yak, you can make around 1200 of these binding contracts per hour. Now, you could possibly make more, as I was doing this on stream, so I slacked here and there. I didn't use my BOB familiar take option as perfectly as I could. My surges weren't perfect, so I'm sure you can get like 13 to 1400 pouches per hour. Anyways, it doesn't matter if I average it down, because then the profit per hour will be even more accurate. Now, you can also do these in Tavily by selling your noted materials to the shop and then buying them back. I believe it gives you 75 GP if you sell them to the shop, and 250 if you buy them back in Tavily, which is also a way of doing it, but apparently you lose your materials every now and then there, so I just didn't do it as I didn't want to cut into my profit, but that means you could be making even more binding contracts per hour. By the way, for those wondering, as I got this question on stream quite a lot, you buy the materials, you do not gather them yourself, as this is a waste of time. You start by making the binding contracts immediately, and then you start killing the Waterfiends. Now here's one example setup. I actually have a very old Waterfiends guide. If you're curious, if you're a mid-level player watching this video and you have the requirements, I'll link it in the description below, as it has more information about Waterfiends themselves, and you can use melee, magic, or ranged, it doesn't matter. I just went for mage because I love magic at Waterfiends. I grabbed some super restores, some emergency food, all the binding contracts of course in your inventory, the spring cleaner for the occasional salvage drops, which I did not include in the GP per hour by the way, at all, so it adds even more GP per hour to your current GP per hour, overloads or stat boosting potions and replenishment potions, or adrenaline potions, the regular ones. I was using Celestial Hand Wraps, as Waterfiends cannot be poisoned, a Luck of the Dwarves of course, my rune pouch, a God Book for some extra stats. As for auras, just use Maniacal if you can spare it, Vampirism, Penance, it doesn't matter, any combat aura that boosts your damage or helps you out as a player. If you're a mid-level player, Waterfiends do actually hit quite hard, so a Vampirism aura might be useful. And one thing you want to have 100% is magic notepaper, as you do not want to be banking. And if you want some extra damage here, do not use a Ripper Demon and Scrolls, as it's way too expensive to use here, but you can use a Steel Titan and Scrolls for some extra damage and kills per hour. Now, if you don't know how to get there, simply use your Games necklace and teleport to the Barbarian Outpost and head towards the whirlpool at the top of the mountain and go inside. Voila. If you have 99 Slayer, just go there by using your Slayer teleport to Kurodel and then go down the stairs, and there you're also at Waterfiends. And you can also get there by using the Fairy Ring teleport with the code BJQ. Okay, so to put this in perspective on how good this actually is, the profit per pouch is just shy of 51,000 GP if you're buying the materials at the price you see in the overview. Now, I'm sure the price of the materials and pouches will change, but it will still be good money per hour, even if it halves in terms of profit. Okay, so if you make 1200 binding contracts per hour, it will take you 1 hour to make 1200 of those. Then at the speed I was killing them at, 636 in the Ancient Caverns and 790 kills per hour in the personal owned Slayer dungeon, you're able to finish these pouches in 1.88 hours in the Ancient Caverns and 1.5 hours, or 1.51 to be more exact, in the personal owned Slayer dungeon, meaning the total time to make these pouches from scratch buying the materials takes you 2.88 hours or 2.51 hours. That means the total profit you make from those 1200 pouches, which you can see on the left, is 61 mil. Divide that by the hours it takes to finish them. There's your GP per hour. As you can see, 21 to 24 million GP at my rate. And if you can do more kills per hour in the Personal Enslayer dungeon, you can even go to 27.5 million GP per hour if you're very good at killing these Waterfiends. Now, another question I got on stream is, can you do these with two people at the same time? And no, the person who gets the binding contract from the Waterfiend is the person that gets the drop from the Waterfiend. You cannot kill the same Waterfiend with two people and both get a binding contract complete as a pouch. Another question I got, aren't Ripper Demons better? Well, currently they are not, as you kill way more Waterfiends per hour than Ripper Demons. Even though the Ripper Demon pouches sell for more per piece, you just outblast that completely by getting triple the profit or triple the kills per hour with the Waterfiends. Or maybe even quadruple the kills per hour, actually. And with that being said, that's pretty much the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please leave a like down below and maybe even consider subscribing. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.